Second Amendment states that law-abiding citizens of America should have the right to bear arms, and that should not be infringed upon. Without having this right, people across America will not be able to use guns to be able to protect themselves, use them for sporting events, and hunt for sports and food. America today is split into two sides when it comes to supporting the Second Amendment. One side states that the Second Amendment is a right that should be taken away, and that our forefathers fought for this right, so it would never be taken away. That's why it's in the Constitution. And the people that oppose to this right think that firearms cause most of the mass shootings, school shootings, and stuff like that, and everything that's going on in the world today. People think that guns are the problem. And after doing some research, I found out that over 90% of the mass shootings in the US have been gang related, and a lot of them are by people who shouldn't even have the right to own guns. Because if you are have went to jail or prison or something and you are a criminal, you shouldn't have the right to bear arms, because if you've gotten in trouble before, why should you get it again? But still, the law-abiding citizens should be able to have that right to keep and bear arms, because without that, people hunt for food, people hunt for sport, people use guns for shooting sporting clays and stuff like that and other kinds of sporting events. And without that, people wouldn't be able to do that. And I think that a solution to the Second Amendment argument would be for those that are against it to look at it from a firearm owner's point of view. They need to realize that everyone with a firearm is not bad, and they're not gonna go out shooting people, and they're not all out to kill everyone and make these mass shootings across America do that. And people have firearms for legitimate reasons, like I stated before. And on a couple of websites, I looked up some quotes and stuff, and one of them was the Second Amendment was never about hunting or self-defense, as those rights were considered obvious. It was about a free state and a citizenry being able to defend itself against a tyrannical government. Just saying that when people come into America, or foreign and domestic citizens of America should be able to protect themselves with their own weapons and firearms, and not have to depend on the army or the government to protect them. That they should be able to do that themselves, and that's just a right. And another one is the Second Amendment was a constitutional guarantee that everyone could join the state militia, so that the militia didn't become the playing of one faction or another. So that's just meaning that the same thing, that Americans should be able to stand up for themselves and not rely on the government or other people associated with the government. They should be able to fight for themselves and their families. And that another one is, we believe that the Second Amendment right to self-protection and defense of liberty should be granted to all those eligible, including everyone of legal age, and those who are not violent criminals or educated mental incompetence. Just saying that, I said before, if you're a law-abiding citizen, you should be able to own weapons and bear arms, because you're not just going to go out there and start shooting people and stuff like that. And the people that are the ones that are shooting in the mass shootings and stuff usually have something mental wrong with them, and they just shouldn't have a gun in the first place, or any kind of weapon. And I think the people that are pro Second Amendment are trying to get that across to the people that are against it. And by realizing the Second Amendment is important, more people will understand how much it benefits Americans, to own firearms and to have that right. The more people that understand, the less mass shootings and stuff will happen, because people will get their own firearms and stuff like that and protect themselves and others around them. And The Second Amendment is a right given to Americans that should never be taken away. And without them, America will not be the same, and crime rates will go up, and violence would probably be even worse. And I got my information from thesubtimes.com and gunrights.org.